Welcome to the second tutorial on Python. Today we're going to install Python and we're going to write our first ever program. Hello everyone, I'm Sayam and I'm going to be teaching you Python today. So don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell for notifications. Also like the video and let's get straight into it.
Okay, let's install Python. So, if you want to start installing Python, you have to head to the Python website, which is python.org. Then you want to head to downloads and you want to download the latest version of Python. Right now, it's 3.13.1. So, click download and here you go. It gets downloaded. After it gets downloaded, you want to run the installer and let it download on your PC. Then we also require an editor. So now we head to PyCharm. This is a website. Don't worry, I'll put in the description down below. Now we head and click download. Now there are two versions, PyCharm Professional and PyCharm Community Edition. Now, PyCharm Community Edition is the one which is free. So we'll be using that for now. And we want to click download. And here we go. It has begun downloading. After it finishes downloading, you want to run the installer once again and let it install. Next, you want to open PyCharm and you want to click New Project. And this will show where it's going to be stored. And you can change the name of your project right over here. So for now, let's name it Tutorial. And click Create and let it create the virtual environment. And here we go. And if you want, you can also close this side menu to the side. And yeah, now we can start actually writing some real working code. So our first program is going to be print, P-R-I-N-T, brackets, quotes, and you can choose what you want to write in here. For now, we will take Python. And you have any guesses on what it's going to run? Well, let's find out. Run. And we can see Python in the output section. So the print function basically printed whatever's in those brackets into the output. Our first program consists of the following parts: print, the print function, an opening parenthesis, a quotation mark, the line of text, another quotation mark, and a closing parenthesis. Each of these components play a quite important role in displaying the final output. The word print you see over here is a function name. A function in a computer is a separate part of the code which can cause an effect. Like over here, the print function is causing an effect which is displaying Python on the output. Or sometimes we can also use print to do a mathematical calculation to evaluate a value. So we can type 5 plus 6 and it'll output Python 11. So yeah, a function can be used to cause some effect, which is displaying Python, or to evaluate a value, which is adding both 5 and 6 and displaying 11 in the output. Now, you must be wondering, where do these functions even come from? Well, some functions come from Python itself. Like the print function is a keyword stored in the Python database. But then we can also get different functions from third-party Python add-ons called as modules. Or else, later in this course, we are going to see how we can write our own functions. Now, we have discovered two important function components, the effect and the result. But what matters even more is the argument. Over here, Python is an argument. Python functions can accept any number of arguments, as many as necessary to run a task. But in spite of the needed or provided arguments, all of the arguments had to be within the brackets. So now let's take a different value. Let's take PyCharm. Now let's try with two arguments. So we'll type PyCharm, close it with the quotations, and let's type comma, and let's open another quotation, and let's type Python. And let's run it. You see, this time the print function is using two arguments, but all the arguments must be within the parenthesis, or else let's try with other parenthesis. It displays an error, a syntax error too. A syntax error is basically saying that we're not following the rule, and the rule is unmatched bracket. The bracket at the end does not have a starting bracket and is basically breaking the rules of Python. So once again, let's run it with the bracket, and here we go. We get our output, PyCharm, Python. Now, in this example, the argument in the print function is known as a string. Well, what is the difference between a string and an integer? If I take PyCharm and then if I take 5, it'll print PyCharm 5. But why isn't 5 in those quotations and why is PyCharm in the quotations? Well, that's where strings come in. PyCharm is a string while 5 is an integer. The quotations around PyCharm declare that it's a string. If we try to type PyCharm, if you try to print PyCharm without the quotations, it'll print an error. PyCharm is not defined. So the quotations basically give the string a definition. Okay. So now that you learned what is an argument and what is a string, let us understand how Python executes the code. First, Python checks if the name specified is legal. Like over here, the print function. Python is going to check whether print exists inside of its keyword or it doesn't. Let's say if I take the function print, it's going to cause an error. Name print is not defined. So, but then once you have print, you see print exists in the Python database, and that's why it's a function, and Python is able to run it. Second, you'll check the requirement for the number of arguments. And for example, Python checks the number of arguments in the brackets. Over here, we have 2 arguments. Then Python leaves your code for a moment and jumps into the function which you want to invoke. It takes these 2 arguments and sends them to the function. And then Python executes it. After executing it, Python finally returns the code to the output, and thus we receive PyCharm 5.
Okay, that's it for today. Hope you had a great time learning and make sure to watch the next tutorial. Till then, see you guys soon.